I've seen some of your comments on some of my videos, and you guys are saying, "Oh, Milton, you look good, you do this." Of course, the truth is that, guys, if you are in a place which is different from the one you were before, then you have to be okay. All right. Of course, what am I struggling here to do in the Netherlands? If I wake up and if I'm going to my small job, I go there. Then the rest time is either I'm home or I'm in school or maybe, yeah, basically. So I don't wake up again and I start rushing up and down the way I used to do in Cameroon, right? But of course, even at that, the air here is different, the weather is different. So a lot of things have to change. Now, this is not the reason why I'm here. I'm here because there is something very important, and I think I need to bring to your attention. Those of you who are applying to study in Finland, please, there is something here I want to tell you, and this is about one of the applied science universities in Finland. This university is called Abokini University of Applied Sciences, something like that. I don't remember. How did I know about this information in this institution? The reason is simple. I am working with somebody. Okay, this person is a nursing student. She is going in for masters. I'm talking. So in case some of you have applied to this program, tomorrow is the last day to fill in your application. Do not forget. Those of you who wants to apply to applied science universities, if you have a GPA which is above maybe 3, I will advise you, and you are a nursing student or maybe you are a student of social sciences, put in an application. Even if you think you cannot afford to pay tuition fee, or if you think you cannot maybe supply a proof of funds, all right, now you should put in for an application, pay the application fee. It's €100. Pay the application fee, and note that if you actually get the admissions and of course you get the scholarship, there are universities that are offering 50% and 100% scholarship, and you get the scholarship, why not? You can then move to Finland. And remember, if you get a scholarship, you are not going to pay tuition again. Okay, all you need to do is to supply the proof of funds, then you apply for visa, and just the fact that you have a scholarship is already an advantage for you when you are applying for visa. So you should know this. Now, while looking at this application today, this is for a nursing student, like I said, and she is applying for a program called practical nursing. We've paid already her application fee. We were just confirming the documents. Then this particular university, like I mentioned before, if you are applying for advanced nursing practice, you will notice that I'm looking at my laptop here, so don't get confused. If you take a look at, if you apply to advanced practice nursing, they are going to tell you to write a motivation letter. Now, this motivation letter is going to be in various parts. There are things they ask you to mention on the motivation letter, and let me fill them out. And you need to understand that the maximum words here you can put is 6,000 characters. Please, I'm saying this because I want you to listen to me very well. 6,000 characters is not 6,000 words. Okay, so if you are applying, make sure you supply 6,000 characters. Now you can go to Google and type 6,000 characters to words. It's going to give you some number of words. I don't know if it's like 1,000 words or something. Possibly, maybe that should be maximum 1.5 pages, something like that. I'm not very certain. But you are going to write 6,000 characters to that particular university. And remember, before writing this motivation letter, you should go to the school website, check the program to see what is written there, especially for future research purposes. Now, this is what has to be on the motivation letter. 1, you describe your reasons for applying to this program. Now, you have to describe your reasons of applying to the program. 2, they describe your strengths and abilities. For your strengths and abilities, you can easily talk about this, but your main reasons of applying to this program, do not forget, especially if you are coming from Africa or Cameroon or Nigeria, do not forget to mention the fact that you are, because of course, if you are applying to this program, you should have work experience. I think this is one of the things you need to supply to the admissions team. Now, make them understand that where you are coming from, you notice a lot of loopholes. Do not forget that you have to write 6,500 characters. There are so many loopholes there. What happened? There are equipments there. Don't tell them there are equipments there. But you notice that there are lack of personnel or experienced personnel who can operate this equipment, and thus it is affecting the hospital and the community and the country at large. That is the first thing. You want to gain knowledge so you can help operate this equipment, and also tell them due to that, people are suffering a lot, and of course, the community is also suffering. The second thing is that you want to gain knowledge so that you can come back and open your own hospital. Or when you open the hospital, you also want to collaborate with non-governmental organizations and the government so as to push forward a healthy living within your community. Put in these things like this, and trust me, you are going to get these admissions, because this is the first stage of assessment. If your results are good, and remember, the motivation letter does not only help you to get into the program, it also helps you to get the scholarship. Now, another thing you should mention on the program is, on the motivation letter, not the program, is how does the program relate to your previous study? Of course, if you have experience, you've done nursing before or public health studies, you can explain to that. Then they say, e.g., field of specialization. You talk about the specialization that you did before or the courses that you did before and something that you are going to do now. Therefore, you have to consult this program website. Very important. Describe the topic of your research and interest and how you would investigate it. So you have to look at the research that they already have, because if they are talking about topic of research, there should be something on the program website, or they are still to put something there, or possibly they want to see if you can figure out a topic. Do you understand? Then how this program contributes to your personal development and development of your professional expertise. Remember, I talked about development of your country, development of the hospitals back home. Now you talk about how it's going to develop you to carry out the project you intend to do in future. This is how you structure a motivation letter. Then also understand that somewhere you are going to draft a CV which is different, which relates to this particular program. And on the CV, you have to mention the degrees, the education, and previous experiences. It is there, current work position and previous experiences. And again, other information that might be relevant to your application. Have you done community work? Have you done voluntary services? Very important. Community work, very important, because you are a nurse. At one point in time, you need to do things for free. Mention this on your stuff, and remember, they say your CV should be maximum 900 characters. Convert it to Word and see how many words you need. I think this is all you need to know. But again, if you miss out, remember you need IELTS to apply for some programs. Some programs you are not supposed to supply IELTS at all. Then, if you do not apply up to tomorrow is the last day, you cannot apply again. You can only apply for separate application. Do not forget this, it's very important. Now, if you are moving to Finland, you can move with your family. Those of you who cannot fund the programs, because of course, tuition fee is very expensive. Now, some people were telling me, oh, Milton, I don't want to leave my husband, my spouse behind. I totally understand. But again, you guys should talk about it and see. Sweden is already closed. Finland will be closed now, and you will be left with what? Separate application. Separate application, you will still need to pay double application fee. If you are applying to 1, 2, 3, that's how you have to be counting. But for now, the separate application year works for this. So you have to strategize on this. And those of you who are moving to Finland, understand that you can work, your spouse can work, okay? Not like like in the Netherlands, you can open a business when you finish your study program. You need to be thinking about things like this, especially if you are moving as a couple. But in Finland, I do not think that it's gonna be that way. I don't know if after finishing your program and applying for post-graduation work permit, you can open a business or you can start a business. I'm not very certain. Please put this into consideration. Japa is getting so difficult now. If you still want to move with family, you can maybe consider Portugal, consider Spain. There is a video I dropped yesterday about Spain. Look at that video and see if you can drop an application. It's very important. Then for Finland, also understand that now in Finland, 5 to 6 years, you can get your permanent residency or citizenship. But in other countries, within these 5 years, you can already get your citizenship. So you have to make decisions on this. But if you are looking at top countries abroad, okay, Finland should be below, Netherlands should be up. I hope you understand. Luxembourg, Switzerland, Norway, Ireland, Iceland, Netherlands, Denmark, okay, like this, in this order. Check the highest countries in Europe in terms of GDP. But remember, I have always said that it's not about going to the best country that you can be successful. Your mindset is also another important thing that you need to know. Business ideas, career opportunities. Look into all of these before you migrate to any European country. I did this error in 2015 by going to North Cyprus, but somehow, some good. North Cyprus didn't just, maybe, I can say it didn't break me. Of course, I suffered a lot. Like someone said on my comment section that, Milton, you were suffering in Cyprus, and that is the truth because I wasn't really suffering. Well, maybe because I wasn't feeding well, I wasn't sleeping well, I was struggling a lot to pay tuition. But like now, before I left Cameroon, I had already paid my tuition fee. So, anyways, but now Cyprus built me to a certain level. Yeah, trust me on this. I was built very well in North Cyprus. Not like financially, but my mentality changed after I returned from North Cyprus. So these are some of the things you should consider while applying to Finland. Understand that you might not get a job immediately when you move abroad. Abroad entails a lot. Okay, you need to put certain things into consideration. And one thing I will advise you before you move is that when moving abroad, in fact, if you are planning to move as a student, go early. I came 2 weeks late, and before I came, my program had already gone 2 weeks ahead of me, and it affected me during my first exams because I was struggling to settle weather changes, the people, communication, and a whole lot of stuff, right? They are going to affect you. So please put all these things into consideration. I'm so busy, super busy with academic, with school. I only make calls on one-on-one consultation. So please, if you think you want to call me, you want to talk to me, fine and good. People who requested for videos for Greece, Czech Republic, Serbia, Portugal, Ireland, I'm still to make those videos. Do not worry. I still remember everything. So guys, we are going to talk again in another one. See you for now.